and welcome to a review of the SH Figuarts release of Kamen Rider Rogue. Pretty awesome purple color right here. He is the fourth rider, well, at least main Kamen Rider of the Kamen Rider build series. Just taking a closer look at his helmet. I've seen people not liking this too much and customizing a little bit by having the horns be a bit more closer to the helmet, but whatever. I like as this. The compound eyes are pretty amazing, pretty excellent. Just look how sharp that is, look how bright it is, how much it can reflect the light. It's really, really cool. This metallic blue on the body and the eyes are amazing. The white print lines on the helmet is pretty good as well, and these horn pieces are actually they're not soft plastic or rubber plastic as such, but you can see they have a little bit of give, so hopefully they shouldn't be too easy to snap. On the back of the head, you do have the fragile sticker on there that at first I thought it was like a production mistake that the prop people forget to tear that off the helmet, but there seems to be there afterwards in every single episode, so it's a commentary on his personality. He's a bit of a fragile, kind of weird dumbass, to be honest. Most of the characters in build kind of suck, but at least the suit is cool. And the head, yeah, like the head looks pretty good. You got a little bump there that does stop articulation a little bit, especially with this collar, but that's the same as in the show as well, so it's not really complaint about the figure itself. Moving down here to the torso, the white and black print is very, very nice. It's not a marble effect, but it feels almost the same because this shine here is excellent. It looks really, really good. The only downside to this armor piece is that it does get in the way when you're trying to do sit-ups and stuff, and that's also the same in the show. So again, not the fault of the figure itself, more of the design. Not really sure what they're going for here, but this is a huge chunk that just doesn't move, but I guess it's strong armor and stuff, so it's got the fragile bit on the back of his head and it's got strong armor on the front, I suppose. Moving down to the feet, he does have those crocodile-ish claws on his legs, I guess, and once again that stops articulation just ever so slightly, but it's fine. And the note here, these white bits on the leg there, they are made of soft-ish material, same as the ones on the arms to avoid snappage. And the overall color and paint job on this is pretty detailed and pretty good overall. However, there are a few nitpicks here and there, such as the lining, the print lining, kind of out of line there, and kind of out of line on the other side as well. But honestly, those are just really nitpicking. Overall, the quality of this figure is done quite nicely. Not a fan of with this figure is that huge joint there on the leg. This reminds me of the old days of SH Figuarts from like 10 years ago when they were using die-cast feet, and they use this sort of joint to make sure you get all the articulation you can get, plus they were using metal feet, and the production problems, and it hasn't advanced as much as it should today. This is inexcusable for today though, because A, they're not using die-cast metal feet, they're just using plasticky feet, so they shouldn't be using this joint in the first place, and B, this is just ugly. It's horrible. They should have covered this up, just use a ball joint or something. I mean, he doesn't even do extreme poses in the show, so there's no reason for them to use this joint. It's just, yeah, very distracting. The driver itself is of course just as detailed as the last two build riders that we took a look at. The handlebar moves, and of course the bottle is removable. And this bottle is pretty awesome. It's a transparent purple plastic, and they did bother printing the red lines on there. It looks excellent. Accessory wise, apart from the fists already attached to the figure, he also has two relaxed spray open hands, as well as a pair of item holding hands. Now the item holding hands aren't that great because he has two accessories. He has his gun and his sort of blade weapon. The hands have that extra finger that opens up that goes into the trigger hole of the gun, but that wouldn't make too much sense if you're holding the sword, so it just looks a little bit odd. And speaking of those, he also has two extra bottles, like gear-shaped bottles, that I guess will also be used with the Engine Bros figure. I haven't ordered that, I don't care about them, they suck. and I mean, this character sucks too, but I pre-ordered this figure before I found out he was gonna suck this bad. So we have the gun and the sword, that the gun that goes into, and the sword attachment. So this accessory has appeared before in previous figures, so it's just a repeat here. This little twist thing, this valve does turn, so that's cool. You can unplug this and plug both sides into the gun and create a sort of sniper weapon. Like I said, you have a slot there for inserting bottles, and the gun itself does look pretty cool. The sword also looks pretty good, and the production quality on this is not bad. Now this plastic here, this purple piece of plastic, is actually transparent, but it's really hard to see, so you can only see that underneath certain lights, and yeah. Overall, it's quite good. It's an accessory that definitely needs to be with this figure, but aside from that, Right, so articulation, like I said, his head is a little bit limited. It's not the joint's fault. He can look down pretty much, look up a little bit and sideways, just ever so slightly. It's just the way the shape of the collar and that little chunk there on his helmet. So he can't even have a full head rotation without looking really weird. So that kind of sucks. Arm is on a double ball joint, of course, goes up just a little bit. Now this armor shoulder pad thing does get in the way, and his arm going to go up so far. The full rotation there and full rotation there. So the shoulder pad does move out just a little bit. And if you want his arms to move really up, you're going to have to do that. So the shoulder pad goes all the back. I've seen people complain about this, and their fix for it was to cut the joint, sand it down, and just put some like duct tape underneath there so that this shoulder pad just sort of sticks onto the duct tape. That's not a fix, that's a hack, sure, but that's a really bad fix because you're gonna have problems with duct tape afterward because that glue goes bad and you have a really nasty residue. Ugh. So double elbow joint, and this is on a ball peg and swivel. So cool. So let's go back a bit, and doesn't really go forward because of his armor, so that's that. Belt of course is loose from the rest of his body, so leg goes up, back, ways, knee joint, foot, knee joint. See, if this huge joint that is so, visible, it doesn't even help that much. So move his leg just a little bit. Kicking it, yeah, just about. Overall, the figure itself is quite nice. It's done quite well. The plastic is pretty good. The molding joints aren't that visible. The paint job for the most part is okay. Just a few outer lines here. I've also noticed a little bit of a smudge on the back of his arm. But from the front, the print is sharp and shiny. The compound eyes are great. Overall, just a very nice looking figure. And if you do like this color combination, I personally quite like it. Just not a fan of his feet too much. But the color combination is just excellent and quite unique. So as a figure, it's pretty awesome. Now, this is a Tamashii Web exclusive figure, making him a bit more expensive than the other ones. And honestly, I can't really recommend this to everyone. If you purely love the figure and think the armor looks really awesome, great. And I can recommend this. It's a good figure. But for everyone else, if you don't like the show, don't like the character, I can't really recommend this because being a Tamashii Web exclusive is going to make him a bit more expensive. For the accessories he gets, he doesn't really get too much. So there's not too much play value here. The bottles are nice and excellent as usual with the last few build figures. But overall, this isn't for everyone, which is a bit of a shame. The figure itself, armor, great. But I'm not really going to recommend this figure to everyone out there. About this figure, do you like it? Do you hate it? Or what about the character? Do you like or hate him? Sometimes you got people in the comments saying, hey, I've already ordered this figure, can't wait to get it. So did you order this figure? Is this one of those figures that you'd like to play around with? Or are you disappointed and not going to bother at all? Let me know in the comments below. Hey guys, if you haven't done so already and found this video useful, please consider clicking the like button, subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and of course, hopefully you can support this channel by sharing this video with other people or watching the video itself without ad block. Don't forget to click the bell button to get notified of future video releases and reviews of these Figuarts. There's definitely going to be a lot more of these videos coming out soon. And you can also support this channel via Patreon if you want to do that. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.